trends are emerging and what sort of concerns out there. And I'll say I've identified a few things that I would say are concerning trends developing within the RV industry.
The RV industry doesn't want you to know this, but thousands of buyers already regret it. Owners thought they were buying freedom. Instead, they're stuck in endless repairs, warranty battles, and debt. In just 12 months, the bargains turned into nightmares. Which rigs are the worst offenders? How much money are families losing? And why are refunds exploding across the industry? Stick around, because by the end, you'll know exactly which RVS to avoid at all costs. Thor Freedom Elite 22FE. For countless families chasing the dream of affordable adventure, the Thor Freedom Elite 22FE appeared to be the golden ticket. At first glance, this compact Class C motorhome looks like the answer to everything a weekend warrior could need. An accessible price point, a recognizable Ford E-Series chassis underneath, and the promise of carefree trips across the American highways. Advertisements describe it as versatile, trustworthy, and a perfect entry into the world of recreational vehicles. Yet many owners have quickly learned that beneath the glossy brochure and polished showroom presentation lies a set of frustrations strong enough to make people demand refunds within the very first year of ownership. The Freedom Elite 22FE was positioned as a unit for small families who wanted something manageable in size while still offering the amenities of larger rigs. Measuring in under 25 feet, it can fit into campgrounds that full Class A rigs cannot, and that selling point attracted thousands. Buyers loved the idea of sliding into a compact coach that could still sleep 4 to 5 people, provide a small kitchen, and offer the independence of a self-contained bathroom. In theory, it was an irresistible proposition. In reality, the story has played out far differently. Reports of roof leaks, weak seals around the slide-out, and malfunctioning appliances began flooding online forums and complaint boards almost immediately. Families who invested close to $90,000 discovered they were spending more time waiting at dealer service bays than actually exploring the country. For some, electrical shorts rendered air conditioning units unreliable during summer trips, while others watched cabinets separate from walls after only a handful of road miles. What should have been freedom often turned into the burden of warranty fights, endless repair appointments, and growing financial regret. The result has been a growing chorus of angry owners who insist that the Freedom Elite 22FE is not the budget-friendly gateway it pretends to be. Instead, it has become a cautionary tale about rushing into ownership without understanding build quality. And if you think this model is disappointing, the next entry on our countdown reveals a rig that fails in spectacular fashion when cold weather hits. If this list is already surprising you, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment sharing your own experiences. Your story could help another family avoid the same mistake, and together we shine a light on hidden truth. Forest River Cherokee Arctic Wolf. Among the promises that lure families into the world of recreational vehicles, few sound as appealing as the dream of a true 4-season coach. The Forest River Cherokee Arctic Wolf wears that reputation proudly in its very name, suggesting that no storm, no snowfall, and no bitter wind could ever shake its confidence. Buyers stepping into this fifth wheel believed they were choosing durability, comfort, and rugged American reliability. Sadly, what many have discovered is that the Arctic Wolf too often howls in frustration rather than triumph, with owners voicing demands for refunds after only a single year on the road. Forest River has long been one of the largest builders of towable homes on wheels, producing countless models across price ranges. The Cherokee Arctic Wolf entered the lineup as a mid-sized option meant to appeal to budget-conscious families who still wanted stylish interiors and a bold exterior design. Measuring over 30 feet in length, it boasts multiple slide-outs, an electric fireplace, and a spacious kitchen layout that promises domestic comfort even far from home. Advertisements showcase couples enjoying coffee while snow drifts outside the windows, convincing buyers that this coach can thrive in any season. Yet the experiences shared by actual owners paint a different picture. Complaints of poor insulation, failing seals, and condensation buildup have become common. In several cases, plumbing froze during mild winters, leaving families stranded without water or heat. Electrical systems have also drawn criticism, with circuit failures that knock out appliances after only a few trips. What seemed like a sanctuary in the showroom quickly became a burden requiring constant maintenance. Many families who financed close to $70,000 now find themselves sinking additional thousands into emergency repairs, often while still making monthly loan payments. Beyond the frustration of repairs is the crushing realization of lost value. Early depreciation on the Arctic Wolf has proven steep, with resale prices plunging faster than many competitors. Owners who try to trade out within the first year are shocked by how little dealers are willing to offer, effectively trapping them in an arrangement that feels more like a cage than a den of freedom. If that sounds bad, the next rig in our countdown takes things even further, with roofs that can literally betray their owners at the worst possible moment. Keystone Cougar Half-Ton. In the vast world of towable recreational vehicles, the Keystone Cougar Half-Ton has stood out for years as one of the most recognized names. Marketed as a travel trailer and fifth-wheel option that could be pulled by the common half-ton pickup truck, it appealed directly to American families who already owned a truck and wanted to explore without upgrading their tow vehicle. On the surface, it looked like a practical and economical way to step into the camping lifestyle. Yet for many new buyers, the Cougar Half-Ton quickly revealed itself to be a disappointment, pushing some to demand refunds after a single exhausting year of constant problems. The Cougar brand has been around since the late 1990s, and Keystone promoted it as a dependable mid-range product that balanced affordability with modern features. The half-ton version was designed to open the door for the broadest number of customers, promising that a standard Ford F-150, Chevrolet Silverado 150, or Ram 150 could handle the load. Families imagined themselves towing their new Cougar into national parks, cooking dinners in spacious slide-out kitchens, and relaxing in comfortable recliners after long hikes. The brochures painted a picture of freedom and ease that resonated strongly with middle-class buyers across the United States. Unfortunately, reality set in as owners began reporting structural weaknesses, leaky roofs, and malfunctioning slide-out systems. Water intrusion during ordinary rainstorms damaged interiors, and poorly sealed roofs required repairs almost immediately. The slide mechanisms, which should glide smoothly, often jammed or failed altogether. Electrical issues also surfaced, leaving refrigerators, lighting, and outlets unreliable. A growing number of buyers discovered that their so-called affordable home on wheels was spending more days at the dealership than at the campground. The financial blow made matters worse. A unit that might have cost around $50,000 to $60,000 depreciated shockingly fast, leaving owners trapped with loans larger than the value of the trailer itself. Dealers often offered trade-in values that were 15% to 20% lower than expected, intensifying feelings of regret. What began as a family dream too often transformed into a financial nightmare. And just when buyers thought it could not get worse, our countdown continues with another famous nameplate that proves even luxury branding can crumble under the weight of poor reliability. Winnebago Voyage. Few names in the recreational vehicle world carry the legendary weight of Winnebago, and the Voyage was introduced to remind buyers of that proud tradition. Marketed as a travel trailer line promising premium comfort, modern styling, and long-haul reliability, it was supposed to continue the company's decades-long reputation for quality. The word Voyage itself suggested epic cross-country journeys where every mile would be smooth, every campsite comfortable, and every road trip unforgettable. For countless families, it seemed like the perfect way to blend modern convenience with nostalgic American adventure. Yet beneath the glowing ads and showroom polish, the Voyage has sparked deep frustration, with many owners demanding refunds after only a single year of ownership. Winnebago has been producing motorhomes and trailers since the 1960s, creating icons that helped define road culture for generations. The Voyage was meant to carry that spirit into the 21st century, with spacious interiors, sleek cabinetry, and slide-out sections designed to maximize comfort. Measuring over 30 feet in many floor plans, the unit boasted family-friendly sleeping arrangements, entertainment centers, and kitchens that promised residential-style living. For first-time buyers, the combination of brand prestige and practical features seemed irresistible, especially when dealerships showcased glowing testimonials and glossy brochures. But reality struck almost immediately. Numerous reports highlight electrical failures that left air conditioning units, refrigerators, and lighting systems unreliable. Plumbing leaks have caused water damage within months of purchase. Slide-out components, heavily advertised as a highlight, have jammed, sagged, or failed altogether, leaving families stuck at campgrounds with doors they could not close. Even more alarming are stories of premature suspension wear that compromised safe towing. Buyers who financed close to $75,000 often found themselves tied to repeated warranty visits, long waits for parts, and mounting frustration. The financial impact proved crushing, as resale values dropped far faster than anticipated. Some units lost over 20% of their value value within the first 12 months, a devastating blow for families who thought they were investing in a dependable rig. Owners who once imagined themselves voyaging coast to coast now describe endless repair trips instead of road trips. And if you thought this famous brand stumble was shocking, the next name on our list proves that even long-standing loyalty cannot protect against crumbling craftsmanship and bitter disappointment. Jayco Greyhawk. Legends in the motorhome market are supposed to inspire confidence, and the Jayco Greyhawk entered the scene with precisely that aura. Buyers saw the familiar Jayco name, admired the glossy brochures, and believed they were stepping into a rig that would carry the whole family on unforgettable adventures. The Greyhawk was sold as a dependable Class C motorhome with just the right balance of comfort, size, and affordability. On paper, it checked every box: a trusted brand, a Ford E-Series chassis, modern interiors, and a reputation built over decades. In reality, many customers discovered that this once revered model has developed a troubling pattern of defects, driving some to demand refunds after just 1 year of ownership. The Greyhawk's heritage stretches back decades, and it has long been marketed as the step-up choice for buyers who wanted more than an entry-level motorhome but did not want the bulk of a full Class A coach. Measuring around 31 to 32 feet, it offered multiple slide-outs, overhead bunks, a full kitchen, and cozy living spaces. Families were told it could comfortably sleep up to 7 people, making it perfect for summer road trips, tailgating events, or cross-country exploration. The promise was clear: affordable luxury that still felt manageable for the everyday driver. Yet new owners quickly uncovered flaws that undermined that promise. Electrical gremlins showed up early, with flickering lights, failed outlets, and unreliable generators. Roof seals and window caulking allowed leaks that stained interiors and damaged cabinets. Slide-out motors, heavily relied upon to expand the living space, sometimes failed after only a handful of uses. Complaints even reached the drivetrain itself, as some Ford-equipped models developed alignment and suspension issues. For families financing close to $90,000, the frustration of repeated dealer visits, long waits for parts, and vacations canceled due to breakdowns left a bitter taste. Resale values tell another painful chapter. Many Greyhawk units dropped nearly 20% in value within the first 12 months, far steeper than buyers expected for a premium branded coach. Owners who hoped to trade out quickly found themselves underwater on their loans, unable to escape the constant cycle of repairs. And if a once trusted name like Jayco can leave customers stranded, the next entry on our countdown proves that even rigs built for thrill seekers can collapse under the pressure of real-world use. Coachman Adrenaline Toy Hauler. Adventure seekers are often drawn to rigs that promise rugged durability, and the Coachman Adrenaline Toy Hauler was created to capture that exact spirit. It was marketed as the ultimate companion for those who wanted to haul dirt bikes, all-terrain vehicles, and heavy gear while still enjoying the luxuries of a modern travel trailer. Buyers imagined weekends filled with roaring engines, mountain trails, and evenings spent relaxing inside a coach built tough enough to handle it all. The name Adrenaline alone suggested thrill, energy, and excitement. Unfortunately, many new owners have discovered that this toy hauler delivers far more stress than satisfaction, leading some to demand full refunds after barely a year of ownership. The Coachman brand has been around since the 1960s, and its name carries a certain old-fashioned weight in the recreational vehicle industry. The Adrenaline line was introduced as a bold, modern twist designed to appeal to the younger generation of outdoor enthusiasts. Stretching from 27 to over 30 feet, depending on the floor plan, it featured open garage spaces, power beds, and kitchen layouts that felt more like residential apartments than camp trailers. In theory, it provided the perfect marriage of rugged utility and refined comfort. For buyers, it looked like the answer to balancing extreme sports with family living. But reality has left many disappointed. Frame cracks have been reported by owners who expected the chassis to endure heavy toy loads. Braking systems have failed earlier than they should, leaving drivers nervous on steep highways. Hardware such as latches, hinges, and door frames have shown premature wear, sometimes breaking after just a handful of trips. Electrical faults plagued air conditioning units and refrigerators, forcing families to cut short vacations. Owners who paid close to $80,000 for the promise of freedom have been stuck in service bays, waiting weeks for parts and fighting warranty departments for coverage. Depreciation adds insult to injury. Within 12 months, resale values have dropped more than 20% in many cases, trapping families with loans far higher than the worth of their haulers. When thrill seekers are left stranded, the adventure fades quickly. And as bad as these headaches sound, the final entry on our list proves that even so-called affordable Class A rigs can break hearts and bank accounts in record time. Before we reveal the final entry, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. You do not want to miss our upcoming breakdowns of the most reliable rigs worth your money. Join us and never be left unprepared. Thor ACE Class A. Grand promises often sell the dream, and the Thor ACE Class A motorhome is a shining example of how marketing can overshadow reality. Advertised as the best of both worlds, it is supposed to combine the drivability of a Class C with the spaciousness and prestige of a Class A. For many buyers, this seemed like the perfect compromise. Big enough for cross-country comfort, yet still manageable behind the wheel. Families saw glossy ads showing tailgates, national parks, and smiling children under awnings, and they signed purchase agreements with confidence. Sadly, after only a single year, far too many of those same owners are demanding refunds, claiming that this coach fails to deliver on nearly every promise it makes. Thor has been a dominant force in the recreational vehicle industry for decades, building everything from compact trailers to massive diesel pushers. The ACE line was rolled out as a mid-level option, aimed squarely at customers who wanted prestige without crossing into the six-figure luxury rigs. Measuring between 29 and 31 feet, depending on layout, it offered multiple slide-outs, king-sized beds, and entertainment systems. For around $100,000, buyers expected not just convenience, but also durability. Once in real-world use, however, the ACE revealed troubling flaws. Engines overheated even on modest inclines, leaving owners stranded on highways. Slide-out systems jammed, refusing to extend or retract when needed. Structural cracks developed around roof lines and sidewalls, allowing water leaks that damaged interiors. Electrical issues knocked out refrigerators and air conditioning units, making summer trips unbearable. Each defect on its own would be frustrating, but together they created a nightmare that sent many families back to dealerships again and again. The financial side only deepened the wound. Units that cost around $100,000 quickly lost 20 to 25% of their value in the first 12 months. Owners hoping to trade out discovered they owed far more than the coach was worth, locking them into loans on rigs they no longer trusted. Dreams of freedom on the open road were replaced with endless paperwork, repair delays, and bitter regret. And that is why the Thor ACE Class A claims the top spot in this countdown of models that buyers desperately wish they had never purchased. You have now seen the rigs that leave families stranded, broke, and demanding refunds after only 1 year. The question is simple. Will you protect yourself or gamble on becoming the next horror story? If this countdown opened your eyes, smash that like button, share this video with someone shopping for a recreational vehicle, and drop a comment about your own experience. Most importantly, hit subscribe and ring that notification bell, because in our next video, we reveal the rigs that actually deliver reliability, comfort, and long-term value. Stay sharp, stay informed, and never get trapped again.